on with this show?
It doesn't matter, we're gonna talk about video games!
No, none of it!
Here we go!
What?
I don't know.
Anyways, this summer hasn't been good for celebrity pop culture legacies. First, Hulk Hogan was completely erased from WWE history for privately discussing his objection to daughter Brooke Hogan dating black men. And now, Peter Dinklage is getting completely erased from Destiny for privately discussing his objection to daughter Brooke Dinklage dating black men.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, no? That's not it? Oh, it's probably because Peter Dinklage cost a lot of money to book for voiceovers, and his voiceover for the original release was pretty lukewarm anyway?
Welcome to Tugs, everyone.
Huh. Oh, okay. That is great.
Yes, what you heard under Ricky's breath as he tried and failed to act like he was on some kind of communication feed with the head of Games Journalism Bureau is true.
Yeah.
Peter Dinklage is out from future Destiny DLC and will be replaced by Nolan North because no one in the gaming industry has any fucking imagination.
Yeah, not only that, Brett, Peter Dinklage isn't even backwards compatible like the Xbox One will be later this year. They are going back and re-recording all of his dialogue with Nolan. I'm literally in every game because developers seemingly have only my name in their Rolodex, North.
So why is this happening, you might ask? Well, again, like we whispered. After the smash hit Pixels, Peter Dinklage no doubt costs a lot of money to retain on your payroll. And Destiny only made over $500 million since it was released last September, so you can see how Bungie would have to pinch pennies at every corner.
I know, Brett, things aren't like they used to be back in the 70s when Destiny and Bungie were just like making all that cash.
The king of Atari.
Regardless, the Dinky Bot wasn't all that great anyway. Tyrion Lannister sounded like he was bored to tears while reciting silly sci-fi quotes, so is this really a big loss?
No.
No. And gamers seem to love Nolan North as literally every video game character ever, so why not a floating robot guide too?
Fucking A, man.
Yeah.
Anyways, Gamescom happened this week, and those crazy crowds got a whole bunch of exclusive news about all the upcoming games, while us poor little Americans just had to sit around and read about Miss Piggy and Kermit the Frog breaking up.
It was truly sad. So what do we know thanks to Gamescom? Well, League of Legends fanboys and girls were left out to rot by the company that they love so much when knowledge was dropped that Riot has no plans to develop a sandbox mode for the game. What the hell is a sandbox mode for a MOBA, and why the hell would anyone want one, you might ask? Brett,
Basically every other MOBA in existence has some sort of sandbox mode for training and letting you try out your characters or combos or whatever you want without the threat of a human-controlled enemy team destroying your rank, or at the very least, your ego.
Yeah, League of Legends does not have one. So you basically have to learn everything while playing against human competitors. Players want a training or sandbox mode added to the game, which hasn't done so in 6 or so years since it's been out.
Riot knows better than you and said this.
Players want to practice very specific skills without the constraints of a regular game. For this point, our stance is that sandbox mode is not the way to go. We want to make sure we're clear. Playing games of League of Legends should be the unequivocal best way for a player to improve.
While there are very real skills one can develop in a hyperbolic time chamber, we never want that to be an expectation added onto an already high barrier to entry.
Well, whatever. The point is you're not getting it, so just uninstall the game and go play something else.
But speaking of LoL, Blizzard took a break from stealing League of Legends characters and putting them into Overwatch in order to announce that World of Warcraft is getting a new expansion called Legion. And I totally called a Burning Legion expansion, and I told Chippy the new class was gonna be Demon Hunter, and I know I'm a huge fucking nerd, so I just need you to validate my brain being full of this useless knowledge about a made-up universe of orcs, which isn't even the only made-up universe full of orcs that I know this much about. Fuck!
Well, kudos on being right.
Thank you.
You're like a real games journalist.
I'm like a real games journalist. Anyway,
Yeah,
Blizzard
continue
released
on,
a
please.
teaser featuring the return of Illidan. So every person who's been playing WoW since 2007 just spontaneously jizzed onto their framed Black Temple poster. The end.
I gave mine to Goodwill, jizz and all.
Why would you do that?
Enough of this fantasy bullshit. This isn't Realm's channel, and this isn't a fucking top 5 favorite backdoor entries or whatever the hell you guys do over there. This is ECC, damn it. Hey, let's talk about drugs!
Woo!
I mean Star Wars.
Oh.
Star Wars Battlefront got some more hype this week as they released a gameplay video for Fighter Squadron mode, and holy fuck, this shit is chaotic, it's intense, it looks awesome. But basically, again, if you've played Battlefield at all, you know what you're getting because it's 100% just like flying fighter jets in Battlefield, but with TIE fighters and shit. The cool reveal in this, though, is you get to fly the Millennium Falcon.
Thank God.
Falcon.
Falcon.
Yeah. This game is definitely my most anticipated for 2015, even over Fallout 4, which I've already said. I'm not claiming I'm a fan of Fallout, but I'll probably have to play it just because everyone won't shut up about it.
You will absolutely have to do that. And yes, there is some Fallout news. There won't be a level cap in Fallout 4, just like this show against our best wishes. It's pretty much endless.
Yeah. So we have no idea what the hell you're gonna do with a level 500,000 character in Fallout by the time you finally get bored playing it, but I mean, Bethesda's basically like, go nuts.
Yeah, you've killed everyone in the world and you can wander an imaginary world forever. Great.
Yeah.
But let's get back to new footage because the sequel or prequel or whatever it is to one of your favorite games, Mirror's Edge, was released during Gamescom.
And in my 100% unbiased opinion, it looks fantastic and I couldn't be more excited for it. So take that.
Okay, great.
Speaking of games I really like, after Elliot's incredible review of Rocket League last week, where it was described as like that sport that all the smelly Europeans play, but instead of Europeans, it's cool little American cars, I picked it up on Steam and pretty much haven't stopped playing it since. So it's so much fun. I can double confirm that it is a good game, so good job, Rocket League.
No one cares what you're doing in your free time. We established that pretty clearly last week.
Jerking off in bed playing Rory McIlroy.
Ricky, can we please stop showering praise down on the industry for a second? Because we have to at least acknowledge the visual abortion that Time Magazine has presented us with. If anyone was at all excited for the future of virtual reality, get ready for Time Magazine to fuck the whole thing up for everyone.
Yeah, they quite literally made it appear so fucking geeky and terrible that mainstream society will have no chance of accepting it as anything more than something antisocial dorks who never leave the basement will be into.
The cover of this is the CEO of Oculus floating around a beach landscape, fully clothed looking like a 12-year-old. The only thing that's missing is a popped collar on his polo shirt.
Now listen, we're not throwing shade on Palmer Luckey of Oculus, not at all. We're calling Time Magazine out for taking what could be a great article on what is the next big thing not only for gaming, but for entertainment and telecommunication as a whole, and turning it into something that looks so fucking stupid that not even I want to own one anymore.
I know, it's really sad. They start out the entire piece by literally saying, this guy's not your typical nerd, and perpetuating a decades-old refuted stereotype about what a nerd actually is. The article reads as if it was written by Stan Gable of the Alpha Betas right before he gave someone a wedgie.
Yeah, dork. Way to own a VR, dork. If you need any more proof of the fact that we're all gonna look like morons wearing VR gear, then just go through their slideshow of pictures and then put your own head in a toilet and flush, because you deserve it for ever thinking virtual reality was created for anything more than a tool to get basement dwellers laid without having to leave the house. God damn it!
Shaking my fucking head. Show him your cover, Ricky.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, no, I did a cover, it's great. There you go, that's the real virtual reality that we're all looking forward to. Being surrounded by babes. Whew, thanks for coming to cut the tension in this room right now. How about introducing our friend Shibby? Friend Shibby, what is up with you? Is that the voice he used in the beginning? That's the worst. Shibby, do it!
Stop.
Everyone just stop.
That was something special right there. Like many of you Zoid-like fuckboys meticulously managing your garrisons down to the near nanosecond like I did, Overlord Blizzard Entertainment at Gamescom just announced the Legion expansion for World of Warcraft. Most likely coming spring 2016 for another $60, the Legion brings a new playable class, the Demon Hunter, which can only be played by Knight or Blood Elves. Surely the baby nerds will bitch about this on the forums and that'll be changed very soon. Being the new class with the ability to be in damage form with teleport powers or take form with auras, we all know it will be overpowered as fuck. New world zones, dungeons, raids, and the order halls for your class, 110 level the honor system, and the best of all, Fairy Boy artifact weapons to change your color like your beloved Destiny armor are all included in this upcoming expansion. Oh, I also forgot to mention they ripped off the Prestige system from Call of Duty, and on topic of rip-offs, other than this expansion, what about this Lucio guy from Overwatch who's basically being a hybrid DJ Sona and Striker Lucian from League of Legends mixed with a Jet Set Radio. You can say this expansion literally goes 0 to 100 real fast thanks to a free character boost, but I killed that motherfucker Illidan back when it was cool level 70 and he never dropped those Warglaives of Azinov, so fuck the Legion.
I'm asleep now,
Fuck WoW. Fuck this show. 0 out of 10. This is the expansion that gets it wrong.
Wow, Shibby took 2 weeks off of the show and that's what he came back with? Oh, thanks, Shibby, but you suck now that you're married. We don't even hang out anymore with Shibby.
Never see him.
The old ball and chain got a hold of him.
The old, oh, I gotta bring it with me.
And his opinion doesn't matter anyway, so let's find out what people online thought of World of Warcraft when it was released.
This one is from user Jameson and is titled War of Warcraft. Is that a
Yeah,
typo?
that's exactly how I typed it. And this is his review.
Okay. Stay away! This game very bad. This game make me lose job. So stay away, damn it.
So there you go.
Wow.
Don't play War of Warcraft because you will lose your job. Thank you, Jameson.
This game very bad.
I think he was hitting the bottle of his own demise when he wrote that.
Oh, dear.
Anyways, that guy, he doesn't have a job anymore. I'm sure he's really good at Warcraft, though.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh man, I get to play Odin. It was all worth it.
Anyways, watch our other content that we care a lot more about.
Oh, yeah. The Goblin wants you to watch those videos.
Where's the goblin? Give me the
Sorry
goblin.
again. I don't know. He's over here on the floor. There's a
He's
dog
broken
in
now.
here. You broke him. You broke
Here we
Shippy's
go.
gunners. Dave, we need new gunners
We need new
before you
gunners.
leave. Shippy's broken now. This
Make
dog's
sure you
broken.
watch Tech Tuesday and Weekly Weird News and
bark, bark,
Rick and Morty podcast, 100 years, Rick and Morty. Watch all those things.
Watch the podcast. It's
I'm
really
gonna
good.
go kill myself.
This is a shit show.